on me at the spot. Perk waiting on me at the spot. You feel me? You feel me, Chad? I got a yerk waiting on me at the spot. Ow. Yum shit. Happy Monday. Let's get into these reactions, man. You feel me? Part-timing Hoodie J now in the building, man. You already know what it is. Part-timer.
Randy Orton is wilding in the WWE right now. He's the biggest heel on just having a Viper episode.
Oh my god, I need water.
Could be anyone. People could be Brock.
So I grew up as a farm kid, dirt poor. I'm gonna give a good crack at this farming thing.
But here's the problem.
You know, I can never understand these films.
Well, there's
Right.
still a possibility. Whatever. I do have a lot of crazy-ass conspiracy theories when it comes to this entire Randy Orton situation. People, do you have your
Is this
tinfoil
a
hats
fucking
ready? We're gonna
SmackDown?
go crazy if we haven't already. Of course, people, welcome back to the channel. I am the great one, the greatest of all
Okay.
time, Otis, and I'm going to give you 3 seconds to subscribe. Thank you. So yes, Randy Orton turned heel by beating the crap out of his longtime friend Cody Rhodes on SmackDown. Now here's the thing, everybody expected a straight up heel turn, right? 2009, Randy Orton is back. He's gonna beat up Cody, he's gonna beat up Cody's friends, he's gonna beat up Stephanie just because he's gonna be unhinged in the WWE. Well, WWE actually gave us something just a little bit different, because next week on SmackDown he says, fans don't matter to me. When I smile to you, when I'm signing these autographs, I'm miserable. You know, I could never understand all these make-a-wishes John Cena did. Whatever. What I'm trying to tell you, he got a great promo, passionate, absolutely loved it. A promo John Cena should have got.
Can I get the
most of
fucking chat up?
fans
Like,
like
holy
me. He
shit.
said, I don't give a crap about you, and I was just pretending.
Let me get a water too,
Well,
because my shit is
wasn't
fucking.
pretending about me. I'm the only fan
Hiccups,
he has left.
bro.
Well, not
Hiccup
necessarily,
nation, bro.
because he got cheered, and that is the problem. WWE's idea is that this is our bad guy, and he needs to get booed. Cody is the good guy who could never be heel. Like, when you look at every single Cody photograph, Cody, look at his photograph, every single Cody photo.
Oh, no. Actually, I'm just gonna give it 25 seconds. Oh my god. Ow. No, actually, not good. I got a perk waiting on me at the spot.
How could this guy ever turn heel? He's an angel.
Wow, it works. I don't know why I've been having so much
Bush guy,
hiccups today.
cold and smooth survival skills.
My watch is broken.
You can tell time by measuring the sun's.
You know? Well, anyway, then he insults and attacks Cardona, which is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Mark-ass nerd indie stooge. Oh my god. So he's still acting like he.
That promo, by the way, low-key peak promos by Randy. I can't even lie. This shit was actual peak.
I guess the big problem is that he's a bit too cool. He just called him a Mark-ass
Mark Stooge.
indie nerd. Don't play with your action figures. Like, how am I supposed to boo this man? This is hilarious. In story, what he did still ain't right. But then people will see Randy Orton with Jelly Roll, and Orton feels apologetic, like he feels like he crossed the line. And Jelly cut a passionate promo. Life ain't about that, Randy. This ain't Randy, I know. Which was actually a very good promo. Make sure to watch my SmackDown review. I'm kind of repeating all the stuff, but I'm gonna get to a point. So then he destroys Cardona, even though he acts like he's going to apologize. Now, the obvious scenario is he's going to beat up every single Cody friend. Some of you wish he should beat up his dog, but what's with the doggies lately? Why do people want dogs to be involved in wrestling? What is happening? Well, anyway, he beats up Cody, he beats up Cardona, he will beat up other friends, Stephanie, of course, why not? He's all about those equal rights, as you know. And that's basically it. This is just Randy Orton wilding. But people, like I've said, today, especially today, we're wearing tinfoil hats, proudly. But what if this is not even a heel turn after all? Look, when it comes to Randy Orton,
I wouldn't be mind
you literally
if
can have
Cody
Randy
actually turned.
Orton beating the crap out of everybody and still say he had a Viper episode. This is just Randy being Randy. He does stuff like this. I mean, over the years, we saw so many moments where Randy Orton just attacked another babyface with an RKO and got cheered. Recently, he did that quite a lot to Nick Aldis. He's not being an asshole, he's just being Randy.
Loki Nick caught a lot of
There's
RKOs.
a big difference, people. I'm wondering, did he actually wanted to apologize? People, I feel like this is where I start this Viper episode theory. It seems to me like WWE are basically testing the waters. Right now, maybe they don't even know, was Randy real apologetic or he's just playing mind games with everybody. To me, it seems like there's a big possibility WWE are still testing it out. Obviously, Randy's getting cheered. Now, over the week, how much time
Do you think the WWE likes that?
Wow, I'm gonna do something new. I've never done this before. 26 days, 9 hours, 52 minutes, and 4, 3.
So is it late
2,
April?
1. Oppa! It's WrestleMania time. 27 days and 9 hours, 51 minutes, and 56 seconds. During that time, WWE will be watching how the fans are responding to this rivalry, and all of this is just straight out of my ass, people. Straight out of my butt. They will watch how much Cody is getting booed, how much Randy is getting cheered, and maybe a plot twist is coming. We'll talk about the fall too, but it seems to me like WWE are ready to pivot. Obviously, they don't want another bad main event, and wrestling is all about listening to the audience and coming up with changes. It happens quite a lot. I mean, what if Cody can do something even worse and actually turn heel? Maybe there's a plot twist happening at WrestleMania or before WrestleMania. Now, if I wanted to do something different, Randy's not a heel, he's just being Randy, I would turn Cody heel at WrestleMania. I'll get into it, I'll explain how, I'll explain why, but who bro is talking to? What's so funny about it, people, is that WWE.com, the #1 source for WWE news and information, actually posted this. Who was on the phone with Randy Orton on Raw? Lots of it. Well, anyway, this is gonna be bad, I'm pretty sure, but even they are speculating. It could be Cowboy Bob.
Imagine it was Dwayne.
Which is a big possibility. I do see that happening. I mean, all
This is
back to
WWE.com.
back, like the least interesting scenario because Bob Orton is old. And I mean, what can we actually get out of it, right? Dwayne The Rock Johnson would love to see that. You know, The Rock never showed up with Cena. Maybe he could show up with Randy Orton. Now, the thing is, people, this one makes sense too because Randy said wrestling has more than one royal family. So unless it's not that obvious, he's kind of telling us that it's another wrestler or legend who, you know, comes from a rich family, comes from a
So I don't
rich
think it's Kevin
wrestling
Owens.
family.
I wanna say it was Kevin.
Ted DiBiase. I'm gonna leave this one for Reddit. Ric Flair, don't see that happening. Makes sense though. Again, Rick can't do much. He wants to, and he'll try. But he can't. Kevin Owens. Now that's interesting because Kevin Owens doesn't come from a wrestling family, but maybe.
What would Kevin
I'm
be
trying
able to do, though?
explain this to
Oh.
myself. Maybe it's a brand new family where we're just kind of hating on Cody. Cody haters. Cody not allowed. No girls in Cody. Not allowed. Maybe it's this kind of inner circle of people who hate Cody Rhodes. Also, Randy Orton. Say what? So, Randy Orton was on the phone with Randy Orton. How in the world does that make sense? He's talking to his voices, but why would he talk his voices through a telephone? He's calling his voices right now. Somebody check on Randy.
They counsel, they understand, they talk. I grew up as a farm kid.
So this list is, you know, typical WWE BS, doesn't really mean much. Obviously another scenario is Chris Jericho.
Chris
but
Jericho.
Chris Jericho doesn't have that much of a history with Cody Rhodes. Neither Randy Orton. We saw some rivalries, but also Jericho doesn't come from a wrestling family. A lot of it just simply doesn't make sense. I would like to see Kevin Owens. I mean, obviously there's history there, so maybe it's a brand new family, people. Cody haters. You're gonna hate what I'm about to say. And it doesn't make sense because the person I'm about to talk about doesn't come from a wrestling family, but he's family to Randy, somewhat.
Jerk, jerk,
Who?
jerk. I love jerk. I'm a jerk nerd.
Pop a little cold one with the boys.
Zero alcohol.
And that's Triple H.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
it's a new era.
Dubs in the chat for the great one. Every comment needs to be a dub. Thank you. Literally,
a new
I'm not
era.
even joking. Comment dub. Some of you are gonna hate this. Randy Orton and Triple H were part of Evolution.
Yeah.
Evolution family, right? We can
Yeah.
kind of try to make it make sense. Also, The Authority. Randy Orton and Triple H, they're connected, right? They're connected.
But
I wouldn't necessarily.
I don't know if anyone. I mean, he is gonna get
Triple
great heat.
H, and I'm gonna try to make sense of it. I just want you to listen and put dubs in the chat. What's also so interesting is that Triple H wants to be an on-screen character. Man, he
Yeah.
wakes up, Stephanie, I miss it. Stephanie, I miss being on screen. That's why he opens WrestleManias. He does this shit. What if we actually
gets
make
booed,
it
too, though.
make sense? What if Triple H appearing on television is actually good television and not just saying new era, you know? At the end of the day, Triple H could be a great wrestling character. Remember, they actually tried doing that? They tried to create this tension. Oh my god, they're gonna fight over WWE. Not literally, they're gonna send other people, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But it never happened. That was the end of it. Ever since then, Triple H was never really a part of WWE television as a character. He's just Paul Levesque right now. So maybe he has Triple H in mind. Maybe eventually he's gonna show up. I don't know how you book that shit. You know the twist I would like to see? All of us thinking, oh my god, Randy Orton has Triple H. You know, Randy is the chosen one. That's gonna be the main event. Obviously, we're excited, but you know, that's how WWE wants us to feel. And since the reaction is so much different at WrestleMania, Triple H turns on Randy and unites with Cody. And now Cody is getting hate, getting criticism.
Real hate.
Like he is right now. How do I explain? I know all of this sounds weird and bizarre. It's probably not gonna happen, but imagine this.
I mean,
Right
I
now,
understand.
people are saying
Because then
Cody
it's
is
a
the
double
chosen
change.
one.
Because
He's
people are
to
going
be
to cheer
here,
for
he's
Randy.
getting all these
Be like, well, we want him to see number
opportunities. We're
15.
pushing him down our throats, and WWE would be saying yes, and he's a heel. And now it
And this is what I was saying too. Like, if they did a double turn, this would be a double turn at Mania possibility. If they want to give the championship to Mr. Rhodes here, they can. But if they bring out Mr. Paul Levesque to do it, you know what I'm saying? To screw over Randy Orton for his number 15 and give it to Randy, or give it to Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes is now a heel under Triple H's, you know what I'm saying, authority. And then, you know what I'm saying, then it's Randy Orton fighting uphill battle, and now people are cheering Randy again, and now they're booing Cody, and Randy was never wrong in the first place.
It makes sense. And now it's actually a product we're seeing on television and not some backstage BS. Even if it's not that good of an idea and some of you probably hate it, I'm pretty sure what we're actually going to get is a lot worse and a lot less exciting. Cody turns heel at Mania. Triple H and Cody standing in the ring. This shit would break social media. And I love that. I know it's not gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen. That is just one scenario. All I'm trying to tell you people is that Triple H in this scenario would be almost perfect. And also, I legitimately believe WWE did whatever they did with Randy Orton on this past SmackDown, you know, him acting like a face and then like a heel, to kind of just test it out. They
Yeah, see where they can
know
go.
how all of this is going to unfold. Now they gotta wait to see Cody. Maybe he's going to get a horrible reaction. They'll need to react. But people, let me know your predictions
Who
in
knows?
the comments below. Most
WV, great one.
importantly,
WV, great one. As per usual. As per usual. Nice. Bang.
Just like any great movie or book, the story
The
is the
lost
heart
art
of professional
of
wrestling.
storytelling.
And the beautiful thing is, it doesn't have to be complicated. Take the simplest version, for example. There's a good guy and there's a bad guy. The
Yep.
villain is the evil boss, the most powerful man in the company.
Yep.
The hero is a foul-mouthed, beer-drinking rebel who simply refuses to take orders. Every week, the villain tries to fire him, humiliate him, bury him. Every week, the hero gets back up and hits him with a stunner. That's Austin versus McMahon. And that simple story of a rebel versus a corrupt boss didn't just entertain people. It saved WWE from going bankrupt and turned it into the biggest wrestling company on the planet. Or how about a supernatural story? Let's take a mythical figure who can rise from caskets, appear out of thin air, and has cast a shadow of fear over the entire locker room for years.
Yeah,
But
man.
then one day, a secret is revealed. His younger brother, a brother he believed had died in a fire during their childhood, is alive. And not
Yeah, what
only is he
happened to
alive,
storytelling in
but it's
WWE,
alleged
man?
that it was the older brother himself who caused
What
that
happened to
fire.
the entertainment
Now the younger
part of
brother,
wrestling?
a monster forged in flames, has come back for revenge. That's Kane and The Undertaker. A supernatural horror story told inside a wrestling ring that became a core memory for millions around the world. Or take a story about two best friends. The first friend is the biggest star in the company, a cocky rock star who parties hard but can back up every word when that bell rings.
Yep.
The second friend is more grounded and for years has stood loyally by his side. But then a freak accident puts the first friend on the shelf for 4 years. And while he's gone, the second friend rises to the top. He marries the boss's daughter, becomes one of the most powerful men in the company, and by the time the first friend finally returns, everything has changed.
Yeah.
On the surface, it looks like a reunion, but underneath, the second friend can't escape
We're not
the feeling
equal
that he'll
anymore.
always be second,
I'm better
no
than
matter
you.
how powerful he becomes. That resentment, that jealousy, that
When
unspoken
I was
hatred
behind you,
between two
yeah,
men
I've
who
been
used to be
better than you.
brothers turns into one of the most brutal and emotionally
That was actually a great
compelling
rivalry.
stories ever told. That's HBK versus Triple H in 2000.
Yeah, what really happened to storytelling in WWE, man? You know what I'm saying? We don't really see that, like, that true storytelling. It's like the same stuff, like from Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. We get the same segments every single time I've been watching. We see Americano versus Grande Americano versus the original 30 million times every single week, dude. It's so annoying. There's no real storytelling. I understand we're trying to build up to the mask versus mask match for them and stuff like that, and there's other storylines too. But there really used to be something behind creative. Like when I was watching wrestling in the 90s and in the 80s, the early 2000s, bro, I don't know what happened. And also, we lost the entertainment factor of sports entertainment as well. Like the segments that would just be entertaining, be funny. You know what I'm saying? What happened to the, you know what I'm saying, the WWE World Wrestling Entertainment? You know what I'm saying?
And it worked because you understood exactly who these people were and why the betrayal hurt. These are the stories that made WWE what it is. Not the matches themselves, but the stories behind those matches. Today, the production is more polished than ever. Wrestlers are more athletic than ever. There are heel turns and retirement angles and premium live events stacked back to back. But somehow, through all of that, the soul of the story has gone missing. You watch a show, and 2 days later, you can barely remember what happened. And to understand why this happened, we have to take a quick trip down memory lane and understand the evolution of storytelling in WWE.
Hulk Hogan.
In the beginning, the stories were simple. An American hero against a foreign villain. Hulk Hogan, arms spread wide and muscles gleaming, standing across the ring from the Iron Sheik or Nikolai Volkov while the crowd went absolutely nuclear. These storylines weren't subtle. They weren't layered. They didn't need to be, because the wrestlers themselves were such overwhelming physical spectacles that the story almost wrote itself. Hogan was a walking symbol of everything the crowd wanted to believe in. His opponents were everything they wanted to hate. The formula was simple and it worked, but it also started to evolve. Towards the late 80s and early 90s, the stories began getting more personal. You had the love triangle between Hogan, Miss Elizabeth, and Randy Savage. It was about a man.
It's just about relatability. If you can make those stories relatable to the fan at home to actually want to care about the match, I mean, it's the simple psychology of wrestling.
However, the core focus during the golden era remained on good versus evil and bodybuilder physiques.
It's just, why do I care to see this
The steroid trial
match?
happened, and wrestling stories changed overnight. The era of larger-than-life bodybuilder wrestlers was suddenly a liability. The company pivoted quickly. Wrestling became faster, more technical, and the focus shifted toward in-ring performance. Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels led that transition, and they were arguably the best pure wrestlers the company had ever seen. But something was missing. The characters weren't connecting. The ratings slid. The arenas started emptying. Bret and Shawn were brilliant athletes, but the audience didn't have the same emotional investment they'd had in Hogan or Savage.
No, it's because over there in
The stories felt
WCW,
small,
they were going
even when the
crazy.
wrestling was better. But then, on a cold night in Montreal in November 1997, everything changed. Bret Hart got screwed out of the title by his own boss in front of the world. And whether it was fully real or carefully orchestrated, the lines between reality and fiction collapsed completely. Vince McMahon, who had spent over a decade hiding behind the curtain as a simple announcer, stepped into the light as the villain. The Mr. McMahon character was born, and within months,
Yeah, it's such an easy character to hate too. Who doesn't hate their boss? Who doesn't hate their boss, hate their supervisor? You feel me? Hate somebody of higher power.
Will be here in 5. Perfect.
Look at this little beauty I found in the garden.
The Attitude Era that followed was a complete reinvention of what wrestling stories could be. Austin wasn't a clean-cut hero. He drank beer, broke rules, and gave his boss the finger every single week. McMahon wasn't a cartoon villain. He was a man who understood power and used it without apology. And that complexity spread across the entire roster. The Rock was simultaneously arrogant and irresistible. Triple H was a cerebral, ruthless political animal. Mankind was a broken, sympathetic lunatic. These weren't good guys and bad guys anymore. They were people. Flawed, complicated, and fascinating people that you couldn't take your eyes off. The stories matched that complexity.
W
Triple
music
H
as well.
and Kurt Angle went to war over Stephanie McMahon in a feud that mixed in-ring action with psychological tension. Austin and The Rock feuded repeatedly, and each chapter added new layers to both characters.
I think that's what
Everyone on
we're
that
really
roster
missing
had
about
a
wrestling.
defined personality, a clear motivation, and a reason for you to care about what happened to them.
You know what I
Ruthless
aggression
aggression era pushed
It's just
storytelling
like
even
anyone
further
can
into
fight
personal
anytime.
territory. Championship matches were almost secondary to the human conflicts driving them. Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, two close friends, found themselves on opposite sides of a custody battle over Rey's own son, Dominic. Batista turned on Triple H not just over a title, but over years of accumulated disrespect from a mentor who never truly saw him as an equal. Randy Orton and The Undertaker played out a
Same story as
generational
him
war
and
between a
Shawn.
cocky young prodigy and a legend who refused to die. These stories worked because they were about real emotions like loyalty, betrayal, disrespect, all things audiences understood and felt in their own lives.
Yeah, oh my God, Matt Hardy and
Then
Edge.
came the PG era, and stories began blurring with reality. Daniel Bryan's journey is one of the most remarkable stories WWE has ever told.
But
Partly
you're
because
a
it wasn't
B
entirely fictional.
team
The
player.
audience genuinely believed that management was holding Bryan back in real life.
Yep,
And that belief
'cause they were.
supercharged every single moment of his on-screen underdog story. When he stood with both titles raised above his head at WrestleMania 30 after defeating The Authority, 65,000 people celebrated together because it felt like a real victory.
He had to
over a
drop it
system
literally
that
the
had
next
tried
night 'cause
to
he had
keep
an
a man
injury.
down. Around the same time, 3 men in riot gear marched to the ring, attacked everything in sight, and the Shield was born. What made their story so compelling over the following years wasn't just their dominance. It was watching 3 talented individuals grow
Literally all become main
simultaneously
eventers.
in real time, often at each other's expense. Seth Rollins became the most hated man in the company the moment he took a chair and broke the Shield. Dean Ambrose descended into beautiful chaos, and Roman Reigns began the slow, painful process of becoming the face of the company. Their
The tribal
individual
chief.
arcs stretched across years
Oh,
and
yeah.
dominated WWE stories from 2014 to 2018. And then came the Bloodline. Roman Reigns, reborn as the tribal chief, built a faction rooted in Samoan family tradition, loyalty, and the weight of legacy. The story had everything: power dynamics, sibling rivalry between the Usos, the desperate hunger for approval, Sami Zayn's integration into the
Yeah,
family,
I can't lie.
and eventually
This was
the
peak
volcanic fallout.
peak
It
storytelling.
was, by
This
all
is
accounts,
peak storytelling.
absolute cinema.
Yep.
It rewarded long-term viewers while remaining accessible enough to pull in new ones. And then, at WrestleMania 40 in 2024,
Yeah, that was the
Cody
finals.
Rhodes
I
finished
think it
his
was.
story.
I don't
A
know
2-year
why.
journey that began with
I think WrestleMania 40, great story finisher, right? The absolute worst stadium to have it in. Absolutely. It was freezing. No sweat. You can't see
return at
no
WrestleMania
grind throughout the
38,
match.
Wound through sacrifice and a promise made to his father, it all came to a head in front of 70,000 people in Philadelphia. When Cody pinned Roman Reigns and finally won the title that had eluded him his entire career, it was one of the most emotionally satisfying moments in wrestling history. That was the last time WWE storytelling truly delivered something special.
Yeah.
And in the 2 years
And they
since,
haven't done it
the
since.
landscape has gone
Can't lie.
strangely quiet.
Can't
We've
lie.
got heel turns,
I
retirements,
mean, that John
returns,
Cena heel
and
turn
yet
could have been
the
better.
moments haven't landed. The stories haven't stuck. It feels like WWE has completely forgotten how to tell stories. So what actually went wrong? You see, a story is only as powerful as the characters living inside it. You
Very
care
true.
about Batman because you know exactly who he is before he puts the mask on. A young boy watches his parents get shot dead in front of him in a dark alley, and that single moment of helplessness defines everything he becomes. His obsession with justice, his refusal to use a gun, his inability to truly let anyone in. It all traces back to that one night. That backstory is what makes him Batman. Without it, he's just a rich guy in a cave. Superman came from a dying planet, sent away by parents who loved him enough to save him.
Alright, man.
even though
Fuck.
they
This
couldn't
is
save
WWE. I don't want to
themselves.
care about the
Same
superhero.
concept.
Shout out to the
He should
superhero
have
stuff.
tapped out 100 times and kept getting back up because giving up simply wasn't in him. That consistency, maintained over years and years of television, is what
And
made
the
his
last
heel
time
turn
is
and his
now.
retirement so polarizing. When Cena finally acknowledged that his body was done, that he had nothing left to give, the emotion in that moment came directly from 2 decades of character investment.
Yeah,
The
man.
Undertaker was a mythical figure who could not be beaten at WrestleMania. That story ran for over 2 decades, 21 consecutive victories, each one adding another layer to a legend that felt genuinely untouchable. And when Brock Lesnar finally ended the streak in 2000,
It was like Triple H is in like 3 of those matches. Isn't that kind of crazy when you think about that?
Just shock. It was grief. WWE had spent 20 years making you believe in something, and in that moment, they let it die. It hit so hard precisely because the character had been protected and developed and respected for so long.
Yeah,
now think
man.
about the current roster. Pick any name outside of the top 2 or 3 guys on the top of the card. Tell me who they are as a person. Tell me what they want more than anything. Tell me what they're afraid of. Tell me what line they would never cross, and what would finally make them cross it. For most of the current roster, you can't answer those questions. Not because the performers aren't talented, but because the company has never bothered to ask them either. Sit through any episode of Raw or SmackDown today, and what you'll find is a roster full of people who all want the same thing. They want to be the best wrestler. They want to prove they can wrestle more matches and do more flips and holds than anyone else on the roster. They cut promos about how hard they've worked and how much they deserve it. But that's not a character that makes you care. That's a job description. The fundamental problem
is pretty
effort or
true.
talent. The problem is that building a character the way WWE used to build characters requires 3 things: time, patience, and the willingness to let a story breathe. Look at what happens to the stories today. A feud starts, the crowd begins investing, and then 3 weeks later, it's over.
Yeah.
A character turn happens.
And or
Championships
over
change
and
hands
or it takes
overnight
too much
with no
time.
build. Storylines get quietly dropped and never referenced again. Nothing is allowed to become legendary because legendary requires the one thing that a money-hungry television model simply won't sacrifice: time. Vince McMahon understood the importance of investing time in the characters and stories. He kept John Cena as a babyface for years, even as crowds turned on him. Even as arenas full of adults booed him out of the building every single night. A lesser promoter would have turned Cena heel immediately to chase the approval of the loudest voices in the room.
That is true.
McMahon
Vince
held
Vince
alone,
does have some
and
balls.
That stubbornness, that willingness to
He
protect
said,
a
"Fuck the
long-term
fans.
vision over
He's
short-term
staying
crowd reaction
face."
is what made Cena's character iconic. That's what made his heel turn shocking. That's what made it hurt when he tapped out in his last match. That kind of thinking is almost entirely absent from wrestling in 2026. And here's the thing. Audiences today are smarter than they've ever been. We all know wrestling is predetermined. Nobody is sitting at home wondering who the best wrestler is. So trying to cut promos
Wrestler.
about doing the best moves and working the most matches isn't enough anymore. What draws people in now is the same thing that draws them into any great television series or any great film.
Character
A
development.
character they understand and a story they're invested in. Give us a character with a backstory. Give them something specific to want. Give them a rival who represents everything they're fighting against. Then get out of the way and let that story develop over months, not weeks. Trust that the audience will come with you if you give them something worth following. That's how you make stars. That's how you create the moments people talk about for the next 20 years. That's how
Facts.
you revive WWE and make
W
it great
bad.
again.
Llama, envía un texto o chatea al 988.
Spiritual soul in the building.
Gazer. Gazer.
Nature soul in the building, man.
Sample.
Gazer.
Gazer.
In the building. Smooth skin soul in the building. Glow soul in the building. Dewy soul in the building.
Sample.
Simple. So yes. I gotta keep it 100 with y'all in this video. It is 98 degrees outside, so I'm about to go out there and get myself.
So that's I'm about to exact. I need that fucking sun rays, cause
It's officially been 100 days. I stopped smoking December 8th. It was December 8th or December 9th. I stopped smoking December 8th of last year.
Oh.
So it's officially been 100 days since I smoked. And it's also 139 days, about to be 140 days since I've been embodying my sexual energy. Yeah, I still get pussy, all type of shit. It's not even a lifestyle at this point. It's what it is. It's not something that I think about. It's just no leaking.
right.
And you go through all type of shit in your dreams, dude. They start sending shit in your dreams. There start being all type of weird shit. Y'all be in the Matrix. And I know a lot of y'all niggas smoke every single day. Just like me, I was focused since 2017. I quit. Right, basically 2026. I was almost smoking for 10 years.
Damn.
And it was a part of me. Most of these videos on this channel, majority of 99.5% of them, I was an active smoker. I tapped in deeper. I was a successful smoker. You know, some niggas call them successful smokers. I was able to meditate at a certain level. It was just blocked off at a certain level. But I was able to tap in, meditate, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Banyan is terrible for me, chat. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's cool if you want to, like, you know what I'm saying, do it for a little bit or whatever the case may be, but bro, get up off that game. It's gonna tax your pockets also, bro. No benefits, game. Like, it's cool, be fried, enjoy your day, whatever the case may be, but.
And, it just came to a point to where when I start really embodying my energy and I start really tapping into what was taking place, the chosen ones, no matter who you are, if you somebody who knows so much more to this world, if you somebody who connect deeper, it don't even matter if you in a religion or not. But if you somebody that just know how fucked up this world is, you do not want to be attached and held on to anything that they have to offer. At this point, y'all gotta understand, they trolling y'all with the fake food. Now, most of y'all know y'all been eating people for a minute. It's just been what you've been doing. Shit. We've been eating McDonald's when we was a kid, all type of shit, bro. We in the Matrix, bro.
Thanks.
We in the Matrix. They trolling y'all now with people coming out. The McDonald's shit, y'all seen the McDonald's? Y'all seen him talking about he has a new product.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
They basically trolling y'all. Y'all see them looping this Epstein shit to the next generation. Y'all Gen Zs just went through it. Now they looping that same shit. Nothing's gonna change for them. Nothing's gonna change for them. But it came to a point I had to quit that shit. I had to get rid of it for good because I wasn't dreaming. For the number one reason is because I wasn't dreaming, and I know everything was happening in my dreams.
Oh my God, my child.
Because once I started embodying my energy, they try to come and take it. See, y'all just know about succubus and shit, but it's way deeper. It's way more than just that. It's thousands of sexual parasites.
Yeah.
Not just the succubus. That's just the one pushed to the popularity, to reality, and talked about in some of y'all religions. But it's thousands of them. Thousands. And at this time in 2026, nothing is real that they're giving us.
No, that's a fact. It's all fake stuff.
And freely. The weed is by far some of the fakest shit that y'all smoking from dispensaries. That shit is weaponized to the point you ain't smoking nothing real no more. That shit get fake artificial light.
Yeah, the blue light.
To get shipped out as quick as possible.
That is true.
Is smoking straight parasites.
That is true.
You can see what's looping you. You can see what's like. It's so much. It's just so much stuff you can see in your dreams now. Like I'm dreaming so much now. I don't even like calling it dreams because it's so real. You can see what's causing you can see what's pulling on your aura the entire time. You can see what you had a back door opened.
Those dreams bro.
It's ridiculous, bro. They make it stronger and stronger and stronger. So they add all type of chemicals.
When I stopped smoking and I could actually dream again and like peep the dreams, I was like, dang, bro, such a good dream last night.
Fucking cloned. To get to just do shit to you to where you just acceptable with it. You would think it's you. You know how many niggas I know that's tapped in who have said. First of all, y'all, most of y'all niggas look like fucking zombies. You ain't glowing like this. Accept it. Your lips dark as hell. You walking around with a veil over your face. You have a parasite over your face, nigga. Lips dark as fuck. You just. I get it. We all go through something. I'm going through. I went through shit too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some niggas is just coping with life. It is what it is. It's just better when you high. I get it. Nigga,
yeah,
that's
true.
Nigga, 10 years, nigga. But at some point, when is you gonna take your shit back? When is you gonna evict all the extra shit?
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Because if you don't, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna be the first one getting your ass zapped back into this bitch like a bug going to the light. They don't give a fuck about you weed smokers, nigga. They don't even take y'all serious. You think you tapped in and you woke, but you can't stop doing something that's controlled by them.
Yeah, it's GG's. That ain't a lie, though. You know what I'm saying? Straight facts. That's why I stopped. I only do it a little bit, like on vacations, and I stopped, gang.
You're done. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, you can tap into all the melanin and all the extra knowledge you want to. You ain't going nowhere. And you still can't connect deeper. I be laughing at niggas now because they are a pure reflection of who I thought I was. Yeah, man, I'm astro traveling and all type. No, you're not. Because it's shit directly attached to your aura that stops you from even dreaming. So how the fuck?
That is true. Bro, when you're fried, you just wake up. You don't even know. You could have had a
Y'all
phenomenal
out here
dream.
looking like zombies, bruh. Seriously. And listen, I don't even know you, so you know I don't give a fuck if you stop or not. But this video is gonna help some people. Nigga, you better fight those little 3 days, nigga. Those little 3 days of darkness you go through when you quit, compared to your whole life just growing.
Nah, that's a fact though. Like once you, it's really the 3 days. After the 3 days, it's like, and also,
you probably could see my aura if you really pay attention. You probably could see my aura right behind me. Dewey so in the building. Geyser. In the building. Nigga, you better take your life back. It's 2026. They recycling energy now.
yeah.
You better take your fucking life back. They stealing your ideas and giving them to people. Because when you smoking, all you doing is tapping in deeper. But you losing so much ideas because you don't really hop onto it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's so much shit that they doing and they giving it to bots. Bots is sleep slaves, my nigga. They not a threat to the Matrix. They keep the shit going. But you are tapped in and you can't stop smoking.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
You are tapped in. You be thinking about so much shit soon as you smoke. And bro, you see that shit manifest out bots on Twitch, on YouTube. You see your ideas just being stolen 24/7. I already dropped videos about the watchers and frequency drinkers. Yes, when you tapped in, you will be watched. I know they see me. You will know this shit is training by how real your dreams become when you stop smoking. You know that's real. You know
That's real spell.
You know you gotta get deeper there. You gotta be able to be stable there. And then when you come back here, you just enjoying life. Just glowing. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all, if you ain't dreaming, you're not alive. You alive, but you're not really living.
That's a fact.
Third eye got a block on this vision. You surface woke, nigga. That's why you don't know nothing about the parasites. I'm not talking about microscopic shit. I'm talking about the spiritual ones. You only know about demons. You don't know about the parasites.
Which he speaks about on his spiritual self, John.
You only know about succubus and shit. You don't know about the ones feeding off your loops. That's giving you thoughts. No, I don't give a fuck who you are. Bitch, I shouldn't even know you smoke if you come around me, because you ain't gonna never smoke around me ever again. You could be my bro. You could be a friend. I don't give a fuck who you is, nigga. You better go smoke and don't come back hours later, nigga. Make sure all that shit is cleared off your fucking aura. A lot of y'all don't take y'all circle serious still. You still hanging around fucking bots.
All right.
Nigga, you still lusting over thoughts in 2026 and you've been woke since 2020 and you still jacking off, nigga. That's tough. You're not gonna make it. You are cut off within, nigga. It is what it is. You can't get away from. Do you know what you're gonna see when you stop smoking and you still lustful in your dreams?
Yeah.
You know you gotta kill them in your dreams, nigga.
Yeah, man.
That shit is real.
Nah, it is a fact. I can't lie. How do you understand?
Everything happens.
That actually is a fact, though. Because I remember when I stopped smoking and stuff like that, I had low-key lustful dreams, too. I don't know how to do that stuff, too.
Speaking some real shit, all you see is that dark.
It's like, low-key, you have to, like...
whole motherfucking face.
Because, like, sometimes I wake up and be like, dang, bro.
Fuck you.
I was like, bro, why am I so Rock Johnson? But also, it's like, when you're hitting the gym, too, it's like, all that.
Nigga can't get past one day without smoking.
No, see, that's kind of tough.
Girl, boy. Dyke, I don't give a fuck what you is. Nigga can't get past one day.
Bike. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, you would never have this glow. Ever. So they using these type shits now. Like, more people that eat fast food and still continue doing it, they mimicking and purging they mimicking their aura, bro. They making sure. Let me keep it surface level for y'all.
I just cook my meals.
They basically making sure that they can never connect within, if they ever try to, and it opens them up for more fear. So they start believing everything. It's the same thing they doing with the weed. They use these parasites to push more fear into your aura, so you worried about shit that don't even matter. That's another thing. When you smoke, you so tapped in, you just thinking, you trying to tap into anything. You love TikTok and shit. You love those quick little dopamine hit little
yeah.
Y'all know the spiritual shit is just content at the end of the day, because most of your information come from your experiences. Think about it. You've been smoking. You haven't experienced nothing, but you know damn near everything that everybody else been experiencing. You could talk about a lot of shit, but nothing with yourself.
Damn.
The main reason why you smoking is to cope with the fear that the parasites is pushing in you. But then when you dream, you could purge them bitches. Niggas show up looking like your family member. Talk to it. That nigga's retarded. It ain't even your family. You will see a loved one that passed away, and you look at such and such, and the eyes is glitching and shit. These niggas, y'all can't fuck with me. I'm on a whole nother level. I don't even need to show up every day bragging. But the old me smoking and shit just so guilty because I've been gone for so long. And I'm like, bro.
How many days? 100 days, he said?
So they using the fucking weed to weaponize it, to keep you looping and fear.
It was like 3 months and
looping and woke.
like a half.
You can't get deeper. That's why you can't meditate no more, bro. All them extra ass thoughts, you be trying to tap in while you high, and then you get stuck at that.
3 weeks
that
and
no
3 months and
listing.
a week.
It gets deeper. Nigga,
And
you
some
leave
change.
here. Do you leave? No. Nigga, you a direct connection with the source, nigga. We go outside, we gangster kids, nigga. Nigga, the sun is directly connected with us. You see the sun? Look what they doing.
Yeah, they try to
Both of
block it
y'all in
off.
cities, y'all don't get no fucking sun.
And that's a killer, gang.
And you grown as hell. Nigga, I would have been moved. I won't be near Cali and none of that shit, but I would have been fucking, bro, I would have been put myself in a position to.
Isn't Arizona right next to Cali, though?
Like, how do y'all be tapped in, but always broke? How? Some of y'all gotta hold yourself accountable now, because y'all been watching me since 2020, and y'all don't be having nothing going for yourself. Bro, we in the Matrix. You can predict what's gonna happen. You be talking all this shit and smoking and high, but you still broke, nigga. How? How? Man, the Matrix and the Matrix, man. Yeah.
Tonight, in your spacious
Why does he
La
sound
Quinta
like that,
suite,
gang?
Your eyes could use a
Yo, why
break
does he sound
after
like
a
that,
long
bro?
day of seeing, things. But hey, free waffles always make you forget. Tonight, La Quinta.
Why did he say it like that, gang?
You wanted more, so he's back. Weird Al.
Alright.
They can't control nothing that have to do with your fucking income, as long as you're not dependent on them.
That's
You're on
true.
this social media shit 24/7, so yeah, they can mimic you, they could clone you.
Mm-hmm.
They could clone your essence because they got your aura signature. They don't even need your vitals no more. They know the version of you that smoke. Think about how many ideas you let pass by. Think about how much random fear be popping up that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And
When
then
you
it
be
goes
fried.
away. Then you smoke again and it pops up.
That is very
Because the
true.
higher your frequency get, if you still smoking in 2026, the deeper the parasites is digging into that center of you. And then, bro, you don't even know who you is without it. You can't eat without it. You can't
That
sleep
is,
without
I
it.
never, I was
You
never on
gotta
that
go to
level.
sleep. You gotta smoke before you go to sleep.
That
You
is
probably
crazy. I
waking
was
up
never
in
on
the
that
middle of the
level.
night, 4, 5 in the morning. First time, as soon as you wake up.
I was that kind of person. I was working. I know that was an excuse, but you feel me?
Bro, it is what it is. I know some niggas gonna be triggered by this. Nobody cares. Your ancestors don't care. You completely don't even think you, bro. Listen, I'll be honest with you. Your ancestors was not smoking dispensary. They was not smoking dispensary parasites, bro. They wasn't smoking nothing that didn't grow out of the sun.
That is fair. That is very factual.
They wasn't, my nigga. You're not. You think you connected with some ancestors? I'm pretty sure your ancestors would have been killed that addiction off. Some people just want to accept, yeah, this is who I am, bro. But you can't stop. And when you do, what do you feel?
Oh, yeah, they'd be a
It's
different
starving,
animal.
don't it? I'm about to show up in your dreams, but when you at my level, they show up in your dreams, you kill their ass. But on your level, you call it a fucking nightmare. Nigga, that's a battle. It ain't a nightmare. That's a natural, normal battle that I go through on a regular, because we chose it.
Yeah, I can't
To the
lie.
point they just
I
stop
had to
fucking
realize
with
I was,
you, that
you know what I'm saying? I was in those
somebody
battles
else.
too.
Hopefully somebody else
Like,
is your bloodline.
not to, like literally last year. I was like,
We don't
whoa.
smoke, we don't leak.
During the dreams, too.
So what they gonna do? Huh? I ain't even. I didn't
When you're
cut
getting a lot of
myself off from
things,
Twitter.
I think
That
it
shit's so
was
fucking toxic. I only can get on
you know
there
what I'm
once or
saying?
twice a month.
Like
Just to
basically when you're
laugh.
doing
That's
that, those
some
tings,
shit
you
that
know
I
what I'm saying,
already know
with
they
the
do.
tings. I think the crossover. It was
Have you
happening,
ever asked
OJ.
yourself
If you
when
know,
you
it was like,
scrolling,
if you know,
what
I know
what am I
I'm not
looking
speaking
for?
very direct, but
You just scrolling.
if you know type thing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying, like, if I do the thing with this girl, like, you know what I'm saying, like, her, like, you know what I'm saying, passing all of the things that
If
she,
you growing
basically,
your own
anything she
shit, pay
carries, now
attention to
I
how it's
have.
making you feel.
You know what I'm
Change your
saying, vice versa.
relationship with the plant.
You know what I'm
Talk to
saying?
the plant before you just smoke it. Thank it for its purpose and what you want from it. You know what I'm saying? There's certain shit you can do, but most niggas is just dispensary and that shit up on some quick shit. And that shit is poison. I'm telling y'all, that shit is tough. But anyway, I just wanted to tap in with y'all, man. I just wanted to take my life back. I didn't want to have no cords keeping me stuck, keeping me trying to reincarnate from old addictions and shit. They can do a lot of stuff that could keep you stuck and reincarnate in this bitch. And if
That's
you
a
hold
fact.
on to lust, all type of shit, they use those for, those are nasty.
Oh, on WV by Mr. Solominati. I do want to, you know what I'm saying, talk to chat, though. Obviously, a little bit later for the stream today, and that is the stream for today. Tomorrow, it might be around the same time. Well, no, it's gonna be an early stream. If it's not an early stream, I'm not streaming tomorrow. The reason being is I have to be with my TT tomorrow because my TT is getting off of her second job tomorrow, so she won't even have anything on her second job, so I'll be with her. Basically, if the thing that I'm thinking about, right, if I get this goal, I won't even be streaming because I'll be gone in the morning. But if I'm not gone in the morning, then I'll stream pretty early. I'll probably stream at like 10, like early in the morning for y'all boys. But yeah, I love y'all boys, man. God first and consistency as always. And I'm gonna catch y'all boys tomorrow morning and or Wednesday. Safety.